What's up, guys? It's Alex here with Alex Mitchell Fitness. I just want to say welcome to video. I also want to apologize right up front here. I have some notes on my other monitor here that I want to go over, and there's a lot of them, so I'm definitely going to forget some things if I don't have them. So if I'm looking over here, that's what I'm looking at. And then for the second thing, there are a lot of vertical shots with this. It is because I recorded these with my iPhone, and I'd never expected to make a YouTube channel, so I'm sure you understand. So going forward, just so you know, if I ever do put content out here, it's just going to be normal, like YouTube size screens. It's not going to be with the black bars on the middle. It's just for the pictures and everything like that here. So to jump right into this, I'm starting this channel here just to track my personal progress here and to really just start a new hobby. I follow a ton of fitness influencers such as Steve Cook, Christian Guzman, Will Tennyson. I really like Jesse James West right now. So I've always watched Steve Cook. By the way, I love Steve Cook. I just thought this would be fun to do and something that I would enjoy, and it's a good hobby. And I really think that everyone should have a hobby, and I think this could be mine. I'm just kind of exploring, you know what I mean? Yeah, to start here, I'm 24 years old. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I currently live in central Pennsylvania, near State College. I am a general manager for a small company. But yeah, for most of the people that are watching this right now probably already know me, so don't have to go really that in depth here. And I just want to say real quick that I'm making this video just to kind of talk about my fitness background, why I'm making this video, and to kind of really share my story of how I went from fat to fit, and kind of where I am and where I'm planning on taking this YouTube channel here in this YouTube video. So to jump right into this, we're gonna start way back. I was an average kid. I played baseball when I was real young. I've always been a sport athlete. I really like sports. I think they're really good for all kids, definitely. But I played baseball when I was young, and then around the 4th grade, I started playing football. I played left guard. I was on the line. I was fun fact, I was the slowest kid on the team for the longest time, and which is funny to think about now. Yeah, so I didn't really understand the concept of football. And that's why I didn't start, and that's why I only got in a few plays here and there per game. I didn't get in that much when I first started playing. But then after a couple of years of progression, I started to really understand what I was doing. And yeah, so after a couple of years of figuring out the sport, I got exceptionally better and I became a starter, and that was really important to me. I'm pretty competitive. I'm sure a lot of people that are watching this probably are too. So about the 10th grade, I decided that I was too small to play line, and I just never played a different position. So I was kind of like teeter-totter. Maybe I should retire from football and look at something else, and that's what I did. I wrestled, by the way. So one of the sports that I quit playing football for was lacrosse. I loved lacrosse immediately. Such a good sport. But yeah, I was immediately that same 4th grader. Didn't know what I was doing. And to me, at the time, lacrosse felt like if you didn't start young, you probably weren't going to start. You weren't very good at it. And after a lot of hours and watching YouTube videos and playing wall ball, if you guys know what that is, I actually became pretty good at lacrosse really fast. Within my first month, I started varsity. I played LSM. I started as attack, by the way, and then grew into LSM after my coach told me that I was not very good at attack. By the way, LSM, key role, the best role ever. Very important position. It impacts the whole transition of the offense or defense to offense. Really good. So shout out to my LSMs out there. But anyways, I really kind of fell in love with the conditioning aspect of lacrosse. It was just very high intensity interval training style workouts, and it was just a lot of sprinting and long runs and then sprinting again. It was just, I loved it for some reason. I really liked the conditioning portion of it, and I liked the weight room and the vibes and everything like that. So after that season, I started really weightlifting and kind of getting into that. I started weightlifting with my friend Spencer after school. I didn't know that much about it. He did. He was an avid lifter at a young age. So he kind of showed me the ropes, got me into the healthier lifestyle, showed me who Z's was. And everyone that's watching this probably doesn't know Z's, but if you're a big fitness person, you probably do. But yeah, so I, in my senior year of high school, I moved away from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Then I transitioned over here to Central Pennsylvania. So I missed out on working out with my friend Spencer. So my workouts became a little bit more sporadic. I lifted kind of when I had a chance to. The gym was kind of far from me, and I just didn't make the time for it. I graduated, and then I went to college. So my plan was that I really wanted to get back into the gym, and I figured, being new to college and everything, I was going to make friends at the gym, and that didn't happen. As soon as I got to college, I found some friends, and I immediately rushed a top house at the campus I was going to. By rushing and pledging a top house, obviously my partying tendencies spiked up. I was drinking three plus times a week, and really irresponsible lifestyle. My grades and just my relationships and my money, everything was just going down the toilet. I realized after I got an underage for drinking slumped. That maybe I shouldn't be in college yet. Maybe I'm not quite at that maturity that I should be before I would make a decision like that. So I decided it was time to drop out before I got kicked out, I'm sure. So after I dropped out, I moved back home with my mom, and I started kind of looking for a job. I went through a major depression. It just was really hard for me to get out of bed most days, and if I had a job, I would skip work, I would do whatever, and I just kept bouncing from job to job here and there. Was broke all the time. So eventually, after that kind of lifestyle and that long couple months of just figuring out what I wanted to do with my life now that I dropped out of college, I had to take a look in the mirror and really see myself for who I was. I was really overweight. I was lazy. I was unmotivated. I was depressed, heavily depressed, and the list goes on and on. But I knew at that time that I was ready to make a change for my life for the better. At the time, I was weighing around 225 pounds. I was probably anywhere from 25 to 30% body fat. And a lot of the times that I was just suppressing my feelings and my depression, everything, with just junk food and just bad eating habits and drinking habits. I really was disappointing a lot of people. I've talked about my whole life, all these big aspirations I had, and my lack of commitment for those really kind of set a strain on everyone else's life. So after repeated arguments with my mom and other loved ones, I realized that my lack of commitment to a job, school, anything was really hurting others. I quickly found a job that would hire me, and started to commute to work for 30 minutes no matter what. I just knew I had to keep this job. Luckily though, that job was right beside a brand newly built gym. I saved up my first paycheck. I knew I wanted to get into that gym. It looked like a smaller gym that I wouldn't feel so self-conscious in because I was a big dude. So I really just was embarrassed, and I had low self-confidence, and I really wanted to make that work. So I saved up that paycheck. I would go there. I signed up for the membership. I would go there in the morning. As soon as I woke up in the morning, I would go lift weights. I would shower there, change there, eat there, go work all day. Then I would drive home, eat dinner, go to sleep, and then wake up and repeat and do the same thing. I did that for probably 3 to 5 months. So after about 8 weeks, I lost about 25 pounds. I really kind of started moving the scale a little bit more where I wanted it to be, and it took me another 6 months past that to kind of get down to that. And I actually went from around 225 pounds and around 25% body fat to around 172 pounds with like a 10-11% body fat. During that time, I moved out onto my own. I got my own apartment, and I actually switched jobs. I got a better job, still in that same town, but I started walking to work, get my steps in to save some money on gas. And at that time, I was focusing on following a lot of like IFBB physique pros and really kind of diving deeper into the fitness industry, and really doing a lot of research on to what I needed to do to get big and to look like them and to train like them. So when I was doing that, I kind of realized my plateauing was because my calorie intake was way too low. I was probably only eating around, I don't know, like 1,200 calories, 1,000 calories, something like that. I was depriving myself of nutrients and everything your body needs, your macronutrients, your micronutrients, your essential fats. So I was slowly killing myself. I decided that I needed to start a lean bulk. So I started that lean bulk, I think it was in October of 2019. That was right before the coronavirus, and everything was going well, and then the coronavirus, my gym was closed for a year, and I started to lose all the progress that I had made. I was, after losing all that progress, after that year, I was trying to do in my home workouts and all that other stuff, but it just wasn't as effective as it was weightlifting. I just couldn't get into the zone. I only had one set of dumbbells. It was 35-pound dumbbells, which you can do a lot with, but it was just kind of impractical to do that in my home. After my gym reopened, I gained probably 20 pounds, 30 pounds. I was probably sitting around 200 pounds. And I kept telling myself, okay, I'll go to the gym after I diet for a week. Or I used to give myself the excuse all the time that my job was too mentally demanding and that I just can't get into that zone. I'm too stressed out. All things everyone always says and does. So after about a year and a half of a bunch of failed diets and not being able to get back into that grind for what you want mentality, I decided my New Year's resolution that I was 1000%, living or dying, I am going to do that again, and I'm going to stay healthy this time, and I'm going to, change my lifestyle. And I wanted to make sure that passion of fitness was just a lifestyle. It was not just a sporadic hobby. So my weight got up to about 200 pounds, around like 16 to 20% body fat. On the higher end for me for sure, but nothing as crazy as my depression weight was. Right now I'm currently sitting about 195, 199, something like that, and I would say around 16% body fat. I'm slowly dieting down again. I'm gonna make a video about how to count your macros and find your calorie intake, and I just want to say this is the start of my journey here on YouTube, and I just wanted to invite you guys along with it. If you guys liked this at all or found anything useful or like to hear my story, I definitely have some more ideas that we can kind of talk about and kind of get you into that healthy lifestyle and really see your fullest potential. So thanks guys, thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you guys a ton. Like, share, subscribe, whatever. Do it, don't, I don't care. You guys have a good one.